Okay. 17 tech glitches later. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Dinner Made Easy Show. I am Erin Chase from $5 Dinners, and I am here most Thursdays to help give you ideas for dinner, inspiration to make delicious meals for your people because, we got to feed them every day. That's kind of crazy. I don't know why they need to eat every day, but they do. Anyways, today we are doing a new recipe. It's brand new on the blog. The recipe is linked here on the video. Queso chicken tacos. So the backstory here is we have a very popular spinach dip chicken that you make in the slow cooker, right? So I thought my other favorite dip is queso. How come we can't do queso with chicken in the slow cooker? So that's what we're gonna do today. It's 3 ingredients plus chicken. Super, super simple. We're going to break all of that down today. But before we get started, I want to let you know that I am hosting 2 live workshops here on Facebook next week. We have events set up for them here on the page. So if you type the word event into the comment, I'll send you a link of where you can RSVP for that. It's going to be amazing. The first one is 5 quick ways to save on groceries because I don't know if you've noticed yet, but they're crazy expensive right now. Thank you, inflation. And there are things that we can do to combat that. I'm going to teach you and break all that down for you on Wednesday night. And then Thursday morning, we're doing a freezer cooking workshop, and the two kind of go hand in hand. So that is all happening next week. So if you want to get information about that, you can type the word event, E-V-E-N-T, into the comments, and I will send you a message. If you're watching this replay later on YouTube, you can type in event, and I will send you the link of where to sign up for that here on Facebook. Okay, so here's what's happening. Here's what's gonna go down. I already have chicken in here. So you need about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of chicken. This is gonna give you 8 solid servings that you could use for tacos, nachos, burritos, all kinds of choices, okay? So that is what we're gonna start with, that much chicken, okay? Samaria, I'll message you the link to that here in a minute. So type in event and I'll send you information about that. Okay, the next thing that we're gonna do, I'm gonna tilt the camera down towards my counter. I'm still having trouble with my webcam. Okay, yes, this is processed cheese. I know, I don't cook with this super often, but I am today. So this is a 16-ounce block. I'm gonna use about half of it, okay? And I'm gonna cut it into cubes. So basically we're making queso. If you've ever made it, it's the diced tomatoes and green chilies, the cheese, and then we're gonna add a touch of flavor with the taco seasoning. So those are the 3 ingredients that are gonna go in with the chicken, okay? So I'm going to cut this cheese into small cubes so that it will essentially melt on its own in the slow cooker. And then when it's time at the end of the slow cooking cycle, we can stir it all together and the cheese will just melt right in with the chicken. The chicken will shred beautifully. It'll just be lovely. So this is super quick, simple to do. I'm gonna cut them into probably like 1/2 inch. They don't all have to be perfect, but we want them to be kind of small-ish. Okay, so this is just a Velveeta type cheese. This is the store brand because it was way cheaper, like $2 cheaper. And so I'm just gonna put all of this into the bowl, and then I'm going to add the diced tomatoes with green chilies and the juices. I want this to be nice and saucy, so I want the juices from this can. It's only a 10-ounce can. A little bit more broth will be released from the chicken, and it'll just end up being this perfect sauce. The cheese will thicken it up a little bit. And at the end, when we kind of shred and mix everything together, it's gonna be this fabulous shredded chicken with the queso. You're gonna get a little pop of heat from the green chilies, but my experience with diced tomatoes and green chilies, which they're just not that spicy. You can get, I think this is the mild one, you can get one that's got a little bit more, heat to it, but really, they're not. Okay, so type the word event if you need to know more about saving on groceries right now, because inflation is crazy and you need help. I got you. Next Wednesday evening, I'm hosting a live workshop here on Facebook where I'm going to break down 5 quick ways. It's free to join. I have all kinds of tips. I have free downloads, all kinds of goodies for you to help you right now float through this season of inflation. So that's 8 ounces of Velveeta or store brand with the juices. And I'm just going to mix that together. I want this to be nice and mixed before I pour it over the chicken. Plus 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning, homemade or store-bought, up to you. And then I'm just gonna mix all that. So simple. Isn't that so easy, friend? Oh, I love it. Okay, Ginny, Megan, I will shoot you a link here in your messages. Check that out. All you have to do is open it and click interested or going. It's just like an event. Like it's not an actual, like we're gonna meet in person event. This is an online event, which is amazing because you can show up in your pajamas. You can show up laying in your bed. That's fine. I don't care what you're doing when you're watching. But what I care about is that you learn. That you learn these things, that you get reminded of these things, that you get inspired to spend less on groceries again. Because whoa, do we need to do that right now. So event into the comments. Okay, again, there's already chicken in here. So I'm going to pour the liquid plus the cheese and there. Done. 5 minutes. What was that? 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes? Because I'm chatting low, and I'm going to bump this up for 8 hours. If there is quite a bit of liquid, sometimes we hear this from people. Barbecue sauce burns, queso burns. Like if you're slow cooking ingredients like that, you might need to add a little bit of extra liquid to your slow cooker if your slow cooker runs hot. That's a phrase that we use often, and the reason we say that is because some just have a higher temperature and they tend to produce more liquid, and more liquid escapes from the lid. So if you do have a slow cooker that runs hot and you're cooking anything that has sugar in it, like barbecue sauce, the sugar can kind of caramelize and burn. Sometimes queso, but there's enough liquid in this that I don't think that there's going to be an issue. Like the edge, sometimes a queso on the edge will get a little bit overcooked, but I'm not concerned about that with this particular recipe because there's a lot of liquid in there, and the chicken's going to release liquid, and my slow cooker does not run hot. But if your slow cooker does run hot, you might want to add a 1/4 cup of water or chicken broth to make sure that there is enough liquid in there so that the cheese in this case, or if you're doing something like a barbecue chicken or something like that, that it does not overheat, burn, overcook, things like that. So that's all I got. I want you to go click on the link that's here on the video. It's the queso chicken tacos recipe that is on the blog. You can print it, save it, pin it, whatever you do with your recipes, binder it, whatever. This is so delicious. So once this is finished, let me do a quick recap and I'll put the finish on. So we are slow cooking queso chicken, which is 8 ounces of Velveeta cheese, okay? So I cut it up into little 1/2-inch cubes, mixed it with a 10-ounce can of diced tomatoes and green chilies with the juices, plus 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning. So I mixed all of those 3 things together in a bowl, poured that over 3 chicken breasts in the slow cooker. That's going right here on low for 8 hours. When that's finished, probably about 15 minutes left in the cooking cycle. Right now would be a good time to set a reminder for yourself, an alarm, a buzz on the microwave or on your phone or whatever. So that 15 minutes left in the cycle, you can stir everything together. You're going to mix that queso and create that creamy sauce, and then shred the chicken into that creamy sauce, and then let it cook a few more minutes now that it's all blended together. And then you can serve it. Tortillas, corn tortillas, flour tortillas. You could mix it into giant tortillas like a chimichanga style. You could do tostada shells. You could do hard shell tacos. You can you can make it into enchiladas. Like really, there's a lot that you can do with this queso chicken once you've got it shredded and all mixed in the sauce. And we love how quick and simple it is when we make it in the slow cooker just like that. It's literally 3 ingredients plus the chicken, and then you can, mix it up into whatever of your taco preferences, some of the ones that I just outlined for you there. So that is what I got for you on this week's episode of the Dinner Made Easy Show. Next week on the Erin Shea Show, we are going to be talking about stretching proteins. And then we're going to be having our live workshop on Wednesday the 8th in the evening. Wednesday the 8th. Wednesday the 20th at 8 p.m. Central Time in the evening. And then on Thursday morning, there's going to be a special edition of the Dinner Made Easy show where I'm going to talk about prepping freezer meals with a specific type of meat, because that's a fabulous way to save money on groceries. More on that next week. If you want to RSVP for any of that, like Jenny, like Megan, like Samara, you can type event, E-V-E-N-T, into the comments, and I'll message you where you can RSVP for that. I think we've had over 500 people already RSVP. That event is going to take place here on Facebook, and then we will have a replay video available for you. So if you can't join us live, that's totally fine. You can watch it at your convenience, and I will send you the information after the fact where you can watch those videos, because there's two. There's going to be Wednesday night and then Thursday morning. So I hope you will join me next week. I believe there's a little bell somewhere where you're watching. You can click on that. You'll also get notifications of when we go live, both of those live workshops, as well as for the other episodes that we share here on the $5 Dinners Facebook page. All right, my friend, that is what I got for you today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I hope you'll make this soon. It's so delicious, so good, so yummy. I know my boys are going to be like, yes, we're getting to have this again. So that's what I got for you. Have a beautiful day. We'll talk to you soon.